The day of the race afterwards, I posted something, snapped a picture, and then said, like, it feels so great just to be in this body and to be doing sport and to have no conflict. I have a men's racing license. I may as well use it. In the water, I love the bubbles of somebody not that far in front of me and the solitude it provides and the ways that ideas come to you. Your body knows so much more than you're able to say or realize might be present. It's a creative space, it's a spiritual space. I'm Rook Campbell, and I'm a swimmer, and I'm a trans guy. When describing trans athletes, the media gets a lot of stuff wrong. They get some things right, but they tend to fixate on transition and hormones. Transition might be a moment in time, but gender identity is not a moment in time. When the media focuses on this moment, it's almost like they want to narrate and have this before gender and this after gender all plotted on this medical space, and that's really not most people's lived experience. When the media describes testosterone as a male hormone, it's one of the things that like sort of just make me balk. I think about it and how it sort of feeds into really bad sports policy that violates the most basic human rights of athletes. It misses the truth that testosterone is in both male and female bodies across genders. It's not just about the gendering aspect of an individual and an identity that's involved in there, but all those scientific and social and policy and legal aspects that might not be in the individual case and instance and operating, but those worldviews seed up sort of a way of seeing and framing that ends up proving really dangerous and exclusionary and harmful for individuals. When I knew I had a date for top surgery, yes, I was thrilled. I also swam with a team that didn't know me so well. And so I realized like I had work to do. I had to probably tell them I was about to have the surgery because I'm about to come back and be in a new body, which I think is a public speaking nightmare. Instead of like, imagine your audience naked, you've basically invited a whole pool of people to look at you as you speak and imagine you naked. So that's what I did. And it was actually beautiful. People were crying and tearing up, and then I jumped in the water and I swam, and I didn't see them for 4 weeks. And by the way, that speech on the deck, I'm wearing a women's swimsuit. Like, I'm in my very worst of worst things, but I realized that what's self-serving and might make me less of an elephant in the room is actually about me wanting to invest in allyship and trying to nurture that. When I came back after 4 weeks, it felt great to jump in the water, but I was pretty self-conscious, and I was all smiles. And the second day I came back, that day was fantastic, and the third and the fourth and all those days. In an ideal world, media relationships and the representation of trans and non-binary athletes would maybe just start with that moment of what it feels like and how awesome it is to be in the water, how we got here and why, who our teammates are, right? And of course, we want to tell stories about ourselves and how that connects to the trans community at times, but that's not the only part of who we are.